From the Hand Tigers, Chris Conley. Justin Kingsley, with parents Jim and Jones. Matt Thomas, sister Christy Thomas on the field of leader. Ken Wilson, his father Ray Wilson. Matt Young, his parents Tony and Dan. And this year's captain, Ned Lynch, with his parents Rob and Mary Roberti. And John McInnery, his parents John and Noreen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hand seniors and their parents, a big round of applause. I'd like to announce the starters for this evening's game. At quarterback for Hand, number 7, Matt.
And welcome to Strong Field for the 1991 season finale. This is Jerry Johnson along with Frank Turdoff. Kent Sprague is away for the weekend, watching his alma mater, Illinois, tomorrow take on University of Michigan, and Lynn Richards on the camera. And for anybody who was wondering, Lynn Richards is in charge tonight. Hand Tigers takes on Stratford. Hand with a 5-4 record. Stratford with a 6-3 record. Stratford is a very young team with great potential. They haven't played to that potential yet. Being young, they tend to make mistakes and self-destruct. They're a very good team. They have excellent speed in the backfield offensively with a quick read and react pursuit type of defense. Hand is coming off a defeat where the score really, truly wasn't indicative of the solid defense that was played last week. Hand is healthy, and they're as healthy as they've been all year. Sean Lynch is back tonight. His knee was not as injured as previously thought. That will help the kicking game tonight, and the kicking game will be very important because field position will be very important. Hand will not take some of the chances tonight that they were taking last week because these two teams really do match up very well. If it tends to rain and the weather is a factor, the weather may tend to slow down the Stratford speed and allow the play in the trenches to establish momentum. That being the case, Hand has the advantage, winning the power battle up front. A win tonight will give Hand a 6-4 record and ensure a winning season. Lifetime against Stratford, Hand has 1 win and 4 losses. At Hand's state championship year in 1989, Stratford was their only loss.
Field judge Joe Riley.
Are awaiting the kickoff. Hand has won the coin toss and is elected to receive. Frank, you just rolled off a plane in New Haven. Good to see you here.
We absolutely did. Thank you very much. Good to be here. And here we go. Kickoff is going. Looks like Nettie's going to pick it up. And he does. He's got a wedge in front of him. See if he can blast through that. And he does. He's going to go all the way. Here we have. What a way to start the game tonight. If he can keep the speed up, he's going to come up very closely. And he does. Nettie Lynch has just taken it all the way. It must have been at least an 85-yard carry on that, everyone. What a way to start the game tonight, Jerry.
Super job by Ned Lynch. Great effort by the special teams. Middle wedge, and they busted right up the middle. Nice big haul. Ned Speed was able to carry it down for a touchdown.
Absolutely. We could see that right up. As soon as he took the kickoff, you could see the wedge setting up there. It was a beautiful example. That's one that should go in the books for training films all the time.
We're going to bring you back from Albany more often to start these games.
Buffalo, please.
Oh, it's Buffalo.
Yes. The kick is up by Sean, and it's no good. He shanked that a little bit to the left, but that's all right. Get the cheers out. What a way to start the game. Yeah, I was today about 10 miles away from where Buffalo plays their home games up at Ridge Stadium up there. But it was not a typical one tonight, and we got out of there and got here just in time to make game time. But what a way to start. I love it.
As we await the kickoff for Hand, Stratford will receive, and they'll be on offense for the first time tonight. They have tremendous speed in the backfield. They have a Booker who's 5'8", 140 pounds. He's got tremendous speed, very hard to tackle. They've got a good size fullback. He's about 215 pounds. He's number 48, Burgess. They have a quarterback who's a good ball handler. He's not a great passer. They run a wing tee with a full wing tee package. They'll run reverse. They'll run counter. They'll run power, a full tee. They'll run with an unbalanced line. They'll run scissors. Last year they went sweep to the strong side to the wing. They pull both guards, and they also had some success with a fullback trap up the middle.
All right, well, here we go. As you said at the beginning, it's one of the few teams, Stratford is, that has a winning record over Hand. And we're going to see how this plays out. Here we go. Shawnee kicks it off. It's looking up down there, and it is caught and taken on the 15-yard line. They try to go up the middle, and it is stopped right around the 30-yard line.
Defensively, Frank, Hand needs to stop the run. But tonight they can do that and stay in a pass defense without getting hurt up front. Hand will be in a modified 4-4. It's going to look like a 4-3 with a linebacker on the wing. They'll play man-to-man defense with two deep, and the objective tonight is to create pressure, shut down the run, and force Stratford to do something they don't like to do, which is put the ball in the air.
Well, there we go, because Hand does certainly have the horses to put the pressure on as it is. Here we go. Ready for the snap, and it goes. Just handed off, and Hand smothered it right off the bat. Maybe a yard and a half gain on that, and it was closed right off by Justin Kingsley, it looks like, right in the front. Joel Donnelly was also in on it.
All that was a straight dive off guard and good guard and tackle. And Hand's defense is picking up where they left off, playing good, solid defense up front.
That certainly is true, and it didn't look like Stratford really took anything but trying to get the butterflies out of their stomachs with that play. Quarterback takes it, passes off, tries to sweep this time. And what a wonderful tackle! What a wonderful tackle we saw out there by Hand. As it looked like Johnny McInnery.
And also Justin Kingsley. Great penetration on the corner. What that was a sweep where they pulled both the guards. And what McHenry at his linebacker position will do is he'll read off that guard, get in the guard's hip pocket, make the tackle in the backfield, just like he just did.
And he did that beautifully. What a wonderful tackle that was. There's a man that's just really come along fine. Okay, now here we go with the snap again. Snap goes, looking for a pass. Third, Justin almost gets to him. Pass is no good. All right, it's going to force a kick and a punt. Very nice first defensive series there, Jerry.
Yes, it was, and that was pretty good coverage on the corner by Peter Clark from his defensive end position.
Okay, here we go. We're getting set up now for the punt, which I'm sure they're going to do. I don't think we'll look for anything tricky and sexy at this time of the game. But Hand's got that, and Eddie Lynch again on our near side, and we've got Cunningham on the other side. Punt, beautiful, nice-looking punt, very clean. Nettie's got it, and they're going to try to set up a wall over here. Whoa. Yes, yes, yes! There he goes again! If he can keep it up, stiff arm! Almost! What a run back to the 20. Nettie picked that off at about the 35, between the 35 and 40 of a Hand, and ran it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Tremendous blocking on the corner. That the individual from Stratford that made the tackle was number 21, who was Booker Jackson. He's their speedster in the backfield, and he's probably the only one on the field that would have been able to catch net.
I think you're absolutely right on that, because there was only that one man before another touchdown. Okay, Hand takes it. Matt Gentile under the ball. Takes it. Hands it off to Nettie. Pulling through again. Nice run right up off tackle again.
What we're going to see from Hand tonight, Frank, Hand needs to again control the ball. Chris Storrs is going to work at fullback as well as tailback tonight, and will do a lot of the ball carrying tonight.
Very, very good. Okay, here we have Matt again, gets ready, team set, couple of wide flankers. Matt takes it, hands off again to Ned, same play, and he fumbles the ball. Ball's in the end zone. And it looks like the fumble went in the end zone. And are they going to say it was down by contact, or are they going to say it was indeed a fumble?
They're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line. It's going to be Stratford's ball.
Stratford has touchback. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Ned had a good one, and the ball just squirted out of his hands at the end.
Hey, you know, that touchdown, 2 touchdowns this early in the game really would have busted this thing wide open, too.
Oh, it certainly would have. Absolutely on that. Okay. Well, that's kind of a tough break, but Stratford's going to find themselves very deep in their own territory, starting at the 20 again. Let's see, this will be the second series that Hand has a chance to see what they can do defensively. Okay, quarterback Pirelli gets under the ball. And he hands off quickly to the fullback. Oh, almost breaks it through. And he gets almost to a first down. About 9-yard carry on that. Student body tackled him pretty much. That was a very quick handoff on that, Jerry, too.
What that was a fullback trap up the middle. And last year, if you recall, Stratford was able to gain some yardage with that play because the linebackers are so quick to go and throw.
That's right. That's right. Very good play. Okay, here we go again. So it's going to be second down, about a yard and a fraction. They try opposite dive, and Hand was able to sight that one down very much. And again, we get John McHenry up in the middle with Justin Kingsley, it looks like.
That will be enough for a first down, however.
Yes. There we go. Okay, it was just barely enough, well, by about a yard. But Hand did a good job defending that particular play, I think. I don't think it's quite as important that they got the first down as they did in defending the play well. Okay, here we go again. Let's see what's going to bring up this one. Defense is set, quarterback set, and he passes on that sweep again. And nice drive out.
Good job by Kenny Wilson to come up on the corner and not allow that back to catch the corner.
Absolutely. He really took off on that, I thought, and did a nice job cutting down the angle and then driving him out of bounds. Kenny's another young man who you've really seen a lot of improvement throughout the year. Like to see that in a young man. Okay, defense is set. Quarterback gets under the hiker. Picks the ball. They try the quick one up off the right side this time. And, oh, it's getting a little bit testy down there. However, we did see only about another yard and a half or so gain. So it's going to be about third down and, 6 yards, I'd say, or maybe 5.
Now, that was the same dive a couple of plays ago where that fullback was able to bust it for a good 8-yard gain. So Hand's defense is tightened up on the middle.
Very good. Chris Torres is in there playing that inside linebacker position with Johnny McHenry. Okay, they picked the second man coming around the sweep, and this looks like a dangerous play. Looks like a very dangerous play, and, nice tackle by Chris Torres.
Chris Torres had a great game last week, coming off a week where he didn't even practice. He's a real tough kid, and he does a great job hitting the hole quickly offensively as well as defensively, coming up to make the good stick.
Well, in that particular case, too, it was really second effort on his part because he did actually get partially blocked coming out, but he didn't fall short. He came back and made the tackle. Nice job. Okay, Stratford's on the move. They're trying these sweeps, and they almost break one. Okay, Timmy Cunningham came back, and looks like Ken Wilson was also in that. Almost breaking through on that one there.
That was Brian McPadden, number 20, who rounds out the trio of 3 speedsters. What Hand has to do is really pressure the offense, get into the backfield, get some penetration, and make some hits behind the line of scrimmage. They can't allow these quick backs to get in the secondary.
Yeah, they are making that sweep fairly quickly, is what they did then. Oh, now they come up the middle again. Oh, and he takes right on straight. Who was that in there? Well, Matt Gentile took on from his safety position, took the running back right on dead center.
And what Stratford's game plan with the swing tee offense is to really mix it up. What they like to do is run power, run sweep around the corner, and then come back with trap and scissor up the middle. And what they're doing is they're going outside and they're coming inside.
Looks like they're right on their game plan right now. That's what it looks like. Hand's got to put on a stiffening defense at this point because it's getting awful close. Down at the 17. Second down about 3, 4 maybe. Okay, they did a counter on that one, but Hand did get in the backfield that time, Jerry.
Great penetration by Matt Young. Matt Young beat his block, made the tackle in the backfield, and that's what we just said is the way you stop these quick backs is by hitting them in the backfield and not allowing them to get cranked up in the secondary. Great job by the defense.
That was marvelous. You really got to hand it to Matt on that one. Like you say, sliced right through there to stop. And, of course, that's going to make them have to think their game plan through a little bit if that can be continued. Okay, so now it's third down and a good 6. So they lost 2 yards on that play. Okay, quick pitch to the outside. And it's got to close quickly. And they do. They're able to tackle him about the 3-yard line. Tim Cunningham came up to make that tackle. He was the last man for Pedro.
And that's what Stratford does so well, the wing tee package with counter, power, and reverse. That time it was a reverse. What they want to do is get flow going one way and send the back going the other way, and that time he was able to catch the corner.
Okay, they marked it on the 5, so it's first and goal on the 5. And let's see that stiffening defense. Hands pretty good. Right up the middle, and they have him pretty well taken down at the line of scrimmage. Chris Torres came around the side, Justice Kingsley, Derek Dornay, and on the bottom comes up John McKinnery plugging the center.
And here's where the defense can really show their character and their pride. Here it is, second down and 5. Hand is ahead by 1 touchdown. If they can stop Stratford here, that's going to be a tremendous boost for Hand.
Big morale builder if they can do that. Here we go, second and 5. Roll the go. Try around the sweep again. Hand has got to stop him, and they made it maybe in 1.5 yards on that thing. But the Hand players came up, Timmy Cunningham on that. Justin Kingsley came over to help stretch it out. But nonetheless, now we're going to have third down and about 3.5, 4 yards to go. I did forget to use Chris Holt on that. Chris is another young man that's come on really well this year. From a second stringer at the first of the year, now he's full-time out there in that corner position. Okay, third down. Hoping that the Tigers are going to hold him again. Quarterback prepares, hands off, quick dash.
Hit right at the line of scrimmage. Great job by that whole right side of the defensive line with Matt coming in to finish him off.
Very, very good. They tried to go up off their left tackle position there, and did close that beautifully. So fourth down and 3 yards to the goal.
Big play.
Big play. Are they going to try to pass, do you think? Or are they going to try the same thing?
Their tendency is not to pass. Their quarterback is a good ball handler, but he's not a good passer. They've got 3 fast backs. I expect them to go outside.
How about to the right with all the wide field they have? Nope, they're going up, dive in the middle.
And Hand stops. Ow! Good penetration that time by Clark, Peter Clark.
Peter Clark did a wonderful job on that job.
He had a great game last week, Frank, and he's starting off tonight having a super game as well.
Peter Clark is a tremendous athlete, a really nice young man, and it's really also good to see him coming through like that. He's a tough sticker. Now he gets under the ball, because he is also the first string center for Hand. Here we go. Okay. This is a tough position to be in, Jerry. Right there on your own goal line.
They're backed up, but last year, Hand was successful running the ball right at him. What they want to do is loosen him up and loosen up the pass coverage and then come back and run him in the air.
Here we go, sending a couple of flankers. Kenny Wilson to one side over here. And still trying to dive up the middle, though. Trying to go off the strong suit. Kingsley and McKinnery. That was Spotty Gumkowski on that carry. Okay, so now it's going to be third down from the 5 with about 6-7 yards to go.
What Hand is going to be trying to do tonight is trying to kick out the end, loosen up that end, run inside him, and then come back and run outside him.
Now let's take a look at what's going to happen here. There's Spotty Gumkowski again with the ball. Brings it up. Well, he maybe gained about 3 yards on that, I guess.
And that's what they were trying to do. The fullback was kicking the end out with Scott running inside the block. Had a fairly decent game, but not enough for the first down.
Not quite enough. It's a good effort. A hard position to come from. Now Hand is going to try to kick it out. Be good field position on Stratford's standpoint. We'll see what kind of a pursuit on the kick that Hand is able to put up to try to gain as much on the kick as they can. Probably a strong rush, and there is a rush. Well protected by Hand. Okay, here we go. There's the running backs running out, and Clark almost got him, but he did force him a little further out.
And that was Cunningham that finally made the stop on him.
Now Matt was able to take advantage of Clark, pushing him just that little bit further out to the side. So yeah, they had about a 10-yard run back on that punt against Stratford. 29-yard line. So they get good starting position here, Jerry.
What Hand's got to do now, Frank, is really tighten up on the corners and not allow these backs to get around the corner.
Really see if they can do the contain on this. Trying it out. Oops. Okay. Oh, that young man just did a heck of a job on that run. He started carrying some hand players with him.
What they did is they kicked the end outside, and that back, McPadden ran inside the block and was able to get in the secondary. Hand cannot afford to be making all their tackles tonight in the secondary. They've got to get some pressure in the backfield and get those hits in the backfield.
Very dangerous to be making those tackles, as you say, in the secondary area. They have to close it in the front, right up front with all the action can be. Okay, now they're gonna. Okay, well, they're gonna have a first down off that, Jerry.
What that was a counter play where they have one back going in motion, the other back goes in the same flow, and they bring back the right halfback that time off the left-hand side. So they run a counter series to get the linebackers going one way and they come back the other way to the open seam.
And that was semi-effective at that point, I thought. Okay, and now it's first down for Stratford on about the 17-yard line. Hike of the ball, going for a pass. One of the rare examples of what they have. Justin Keegley on their quarterback.
Super job.
All right, pushed him all the way back to about the 28.
Great pressure by Justin Kingsley and the defensive line that time, and that's what Hand's got to do is get pressure on them. And there's an example of why Stratford does not like to pass. They are not a passing offense, they're a running offense.
I was surprised to see him call that play, but I guess it was a good time from their standpoint. They had plenty of field to work with back there. But that was a great play by Justin. Kind of shades of the championship game a few years ago when he took Darien for about 3 sacks. That was Justin as a sophomore. And Justin as a senior has had that much more experience with him. And if he's given his lead, he can get in there. And there's the quarter. Well, what do you think of this first quarter so far?
Well, Hand got off to a big bang with that kickoff return, and also the drive down the field, and that nice run by Ned that was thwarted by a fumble in the end zone. Stratford came back, and Stratford was able to move the ball on Hand's defense, and that is going to pose some problems if they're able to continue to do that. What Hand has to do defensively is shut their run down, force them into the air, and go to their game plan of controlling the ball offensively. So far, Hand has not been able to control the ball offensively.
That's true. That's true. It's only been, they only had the one other series. The whole time measurement on this would be Stratford's favor if you were able to take minutes down on this. Ball control has been on their favor. Matter of fact, Hand over in the defense a couple of times had Stratford with 3rd and long, and they were able to break it through. So if they can come up to a little extra step on their own selves in defense, cut it down. Now we'll see what's going to happen out here as we start the second period here with Madison Cable TV. Glad to have everybody joining us on Monday night again. But what a great night it is down here at the Surf Club. It is a wet field, damp field, we might say.
No dust, though.
No dust. Okay, here we go. Quarterback. Hike. Moving back for another pass. And intercepted by Hand.
It was tipped by John McHenry, and Ken Wilson came up with the interception. Super defensive play.
Well, it was really neat to see that. It was, again, a surprise, I think, to see them go to another pass so quickly from what the G2 report is there, Jerry. Nonetheless, hey, they've thrown 3 passes, and Hand has been able to do something neat with all 3 of them from that standpoint. Again, John McHenry would have been nice to see that big linebacker catch it, but he did do the tip. He was in the right place, and we got the interception. Okay, here comes Nettie. Oh, he got collared a little bit on that one, but he still made a couple of yards on that.
What Hand is doing is they're starting to set the Stratford defense up for sweeps. Stratford runs a 6-2. They have very active linebackers. Their linebackers play on the outside, on the ends, and Hand's been trying to kick them out and run inside. Shortly, I think we're going to see Hand go outside that end.
That was the first play to the left side. Go. Okay, that takes the hike. Okay, there it goes. That's the center. Looks like Chrissy Dora.
You know, Chris does a super job of hitting the hole real fast. He's a back that hits the hole with his shoulders square to the hole and really gets some yardage going north and south. He doesn't mess around looking for an open seam. He hits the hole real fast and gains yardage. Great job by Chris Torres.
Wonderful job. And it's right. He does hit that hole. And then he starts running real hard after that. It's not easy to bring down. Okay, the hike. This time it goes up the net, trying to make it around the side, and he doesn't get anything. Back to line of scrimmage, it looks like.
I think that play was designed to go inside the block at the end. They were stringing it out, so he decided to punch it outside, and they had good pursuit there. They've got some very active linebackers, and they react very, very quickly. They read and react very quickly.
Yeah, they do. You notice on that one, if you get a chance, that they really took some quick steps themselves to get out there and close down the side. Okay, that's under the ball. Running left, going to be a pass. Passes it out to Sean. Sean Lynch gets it. Moves it forward. Looks like it could be right about a first down. He went out right across the flag. It'll be on the spot. Whether we have the first down on that. Nice play. Very nice play, I thought. Okay, we did see a hands first pass by Matt Gentile going out to Sean Lynch.
First down.
Okay, so it looks like the spot should give the first down. But again, I think that was a good play selection on hand spot.
First and 10 for hands.
Okay, here we go. The band cranks it up. Charges on. Matt Gentile hands it off to Scotty Gumkowski. Scotty makes it to the outside.
Nice hard running by Scott Gumkowski. He had a couple of guys hit him, and he just rolled right off of him. Good job popping out to the outside. Pick up extra yardage.
Another young man that does a very good, hard running job. Not easy to bring him down when he's under motion.
So we're starting to see his game plan come to fruition offensively. What they want to do is control the ball on the ground, as well as in the air with short passes. And this is their first drive where they've been able to establish some ball control.
Interesting lineup. Going to be a pass. Ned Lynch. Sean Lynch is out. All the way down. Oh. Well, let me tell you, that pass was right on target to Ned Lynch. But it was almost intercepted, and Ned did a great job of interrupting that.
That's exactly right. There was great blocking in the corner, and Ned hung the ball up, and it allowed the defendants to make a break on the ball because the ball was in the air for so long. And if Ned did not use his head, that ball would have been intercepted.
Exactly. He had to reach back to get that, too. So you're right. It was hung up in the air and gave the defenders a chance to... I'm sure he was starting to water at the mouth on that. Again, a lot of times it's not the play you make, it's the one you don't make that can be a game winner. That's one of those right there.
And we have a penalty against Heaton, which pushes him back 5 yards.
Oh, we missed that.
I'm sorry, 15 yards.
15 yards. I didn't see that. Okay, Matt, another pass. Whoop, he's in trouble, and he's sacked. Okay, a little bit of confusion, I'd say, on that particular play by hand. Well, it's awful good defense on the part of Stratford. Make a pick.
The linebackers are very, very active, and that time they were able to get some penetration on the corner, so Matt really wasn't able to turn the corner on that sprint out.
And the lead broke down as well. Well, here we go. Third down and about 22 yards to go. A long way. It's got to be a pass play for Hand's part. Had a good series going. Let's see if they can salvage it. Pass is going long, and it looks like pass interference to me, but then the flag is down. Did I see the flag come down?
It's going to be interesting whether it's going to be offensive or defensive pass interference. There is a flag on the field,
Well,
and it was thrown in the vicinity of the ends.
it looked like the defensive player didn't give Sean a chance to get by, but they're nonpartisan too. So, but it did look like he was interrupted on the way. Let's take a look and see what. Well, it's going to be against Hand. The penalty is going against Hand.
Oh, they're moving in the wrong direction right now, Frank.
Boy, I'll tell you, this is really the wrong. This is going to make it about
the receiver.
pass interference against the receiver. Well, see, it just shows you when you're partisan, it doesn't come out the way you want it, I guess.
It looked too easy the first 2 times that Hand touched the ball.
I guess so. All right, now we're going to end up with about a 40-yard, I can't even count that high anymore at this time of night.
Brings up 4th and 38 for Hand from the
Fortunately, Hand has one of the better punters in the state. If Nettie can get his leg into it, they may be able to keep Stratford out of their 50.
Well, that's it. Let's see what Nettie's going to be able to do with this thing and crank it out there. But so far, this offensive series started off very, very well with some good momentum built up, but unfortunately that fell apart due to two 15-yard penalties. Here we are back in the hole. Pretty tough situation. We're 9 minutes and 23 seconds left in the second period here. Daniel Hand's ahead, 6-0. Due to that neat kickoff return of the opening play of the game of Ned Lynch. Now we're getting ready to get the play underway. Pete Clark is on the ball, getting ready to hike it back. It looks like they're going to be trying to rush full bore up on this by Stratford, and they want to get the block. And, oh, we almost... Okay, we've got to run to the right, wide side to the left. Look. And it looks like that running back took a step out because he wasn't tackled.
Because Stratford was showing the rush, what Hand did is they went to a tight punt formation instead of a spread punt formation, and they lost the contain down the field, and they were able to get a nice block on the corner to allow Booker to get to the outside.
They certainly did, and that was a good punt on Ned's point under pressure. To get that off under that pressure, I thought he did a whale of a job. Okay, here we go. Stratford from the 32-yard line. Running back still going, and finally he's brought down someplace around the 24, maybe 25. They certainly have some momentum going with them right now, Jerry.
Yeah, and that was just a straight dive off the left side, and that's just too much yardage to pick up on first down. When you can get 6 yards on first down, that puts your defense against the wall and really gives the advantage to your offense.
Certainly does. Now here we go, getting ready, second down, about 4.5. That handoff is stopped. They stuffed it right up the middle. Hand was able to stiffen up, so it's going to be third and about 4. So it kind of puts it back to a pretty good average in that particular situation. But Hand is toughening up the defense, hopefully, with that particular one. What do you think? Pass or run on this, Jerry?
I think they're going to keep it on the ground. Again, Stratford does not like to put the ball up in the air. That's something that they're not as effective as the run with.
I certainly agree with that, because even if they got 2 yards, not quite the first.
There's the reverse.
And is he going to be short? Well, it's going to be
Great job by Chris Doris staying at home and picking up that reverse and making the hit before they were able to get downfield. That brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down, so it's close, and I'm sure they're going to probably try to run it too. But you're right, Chris really stayed and made a very, very outstanding tackle on that to keep him from getting any forward motion off the tackle.
He showed me some pretty good speed on the corner too.
Oh,
that Booker can burn you.
He can. He's a quick feed out there himself. Okay, height goes off. They're going to get the first down. They've got the room for the first down, it looks like. Just by about a yard or so. It's been a while since they'd run a play to the right on that, so I think they ran several to the left and set up so that they were able to go to the right. That's a good play on the Stratford point.
What they like to do, their tendency is to run power towards the wing. They like to run power towards the wing and either sweep, reverse, or kick out the end and run inside the end.
Well, that's certainly what they ran that time to the right. All right, now they're getting ready. First down on about the 20-yard line. Handoff goes to the second back through the middle. Fumble, falls down. Recovered by Stratford. I think there's no question about that. But it will throw him for a loss for a couple of yards.
They also run an unbalanced line. That time, Frank, we had an unbalanced line to the left, and they had a slot back come in motion towards the weak side of the line, and they gave the ball on a dive off tackle to the weak side of the line. So they'll run to the strength, and they'll also, as indicative of the play that time, will run away from their unbalanced line.
You know, that shows some fairly sophistication for high school level football, too, as far as I'm concerned. Not that it's complicated, but it certainly mixes up the offense and puts the defense at a disadvantage. Okay, wide pitch. Almost taken down, but certainly slowed down by Chris Holt.
They had power to the left, wing to the left. It was a quick pitch to their quick back Booker around the left side. Nice penetration by Peter. He was only able to get a hand on his shirt. And you're not going to bring a back down with a shirt tackle. And Matt came in and really teed off that time.
Certainly did. And you're right, it was with the wrist. He was able to grab onto the shirt and slow him down, get his momentum out of Booker's legs, and let the defense come and do a nice job on tackle. So they just about get back to their line of scrimmage. So third down and about 15. Oh, he actually lost some on that, too, I think. Oh, Quarterback didn't like what he saw out there, a little bit wondering what was going on, so he's called a timeout. No, the timeout is over. Stratford's got the ball running with a 3rd and 15 from the 25. Delayed play. Nice stop tackle by John McKinnery.
What that was kind of a delayed draw, and that didn't fool anybody on the hand defensive line as well as the linebackers.
That's right. As a matter of fact, Matt Young and Derek Donay actually made that because they just blocked the whole center of that left side of the lineup and let John to come right in there and take the running back over the top.
So the defense bends a little bit, but they don't break, Frank, and that brings up a 4th down.
4th down. Interesting position and interesting call.
I just got the feeling that we're starting to get cranked up right now.
I think
we got those jitters out. We're ready to play now.
Yeah, not only that, but getting a quick score like that puts everybody a little bit at an on-plus situation. Okay, pass. Pass situation. Quarterback, they got to pressure him, got to keep on him so he doesn't break through, and they've got him. Okay, that was a long play. That took a lot of time.
That was a little scary because when that quarterback started rolling around to the right side, there was very good pursuit, very good flow, and that whole left side was open.
It certainly was. It looked like, I mean, there was just nothing but green out there at that point. And the young hand players didn't know whether they were supposed to rush a little further or stay and hold their position.
Nice job of that defense to come back and make the hit, though.
Certainly did. Okay, Hand's got the ball in the 15. Pitch out to Ned Lynch. Ned's got a good look out here. Good look. Okay, he's got himself all the way to the 30. So it'll be a 1st down.
Excellent blocking on the point of attack. That was a cross left. Nice kick out by Matt Young, where Ned was able to cut in off the block and then bring it back outside.
Okay, that was good. That's a piece of momentum we needed. So it's going to be 1st down again on the 30-yard line for Hand. Matt gets under the ball, and I'm stepping on my cord. Okay. Chris took that ball. We have a flag come down on that after the play. What's that going to be? It must have been some unsportsmanlike or something going on.
It's got to be something against Stratford.
Yes. That's what I think. It was so late after the play, and he was standing right on top of it. It's probably one of those inside the pile-up.
Big penalty.
Big 15. I think you'll see unsportsmanlike on that. Some sort. Personal foul. There you go.
And with 4 minutes left to go in the half, that really does change the complexion of the game because Hand has been backed up for the better part of this half.
They certainly have. Other than the one series when they got down there, Hand has been working from way back in their own territory. Matt's got the ball. Goes out. Passes to Kenny Wilson, and he's got it.
Great concentration by Kenny. He had double coverage, but Matt was able to get him the ball before the defenders were able to make a break on him, and he held on to the ball because he was hit right after he caught the ball. Great job.
Yeah, good pass, too, by Matt. He had that in there. He didn't hang it up. He kept it getting in there for Matt, and Matt had to have seen with his peripheral that man coming on him. So, like you say, good concentration, good mature play. Matt's got the ball. Comes to the left. Another pass. Going over to Kenny on his side. And he's got the ball again. He works himself forward. Oh, nice pickup on second effort on that, Jerry.
Exactly. Great second effort by Ken to pick up another 5 yards.
Okay, that's the kind of momentum that Hand's been needing. Looks to me it's going to be 1st down and about the 18. Two nice passes, both on the quarterback and on the receiver standpoint.
And that's what we said they were going to do, was loosen up that pass defense with the run.
Okay, Matt's got the ball. Now we got a pitch, and again, Ned Lynch has the ball.
And that was a run inside the end where John McKinnery was kicking out the end, and Ned ran right inside his block.
Looked like Ned slipped a little on the grass going to make a cut on that one. Otherwise, he may have been out there for a little bit more yardage.
I think you're right. It is very slippery out there.
Okay, and gets set. Spreads wide with Sean Lynch wide to the right. Matt's got the ball. Pitches it up to Ned again, going out. And Ned picked up a good 5 or 6 yards. How is that going to be?
Well, it's going to be about a half a foot short, foot short.
Oh, okay, all right. That was a good, again, effort out there. Similar play as they just ran before that.
And we've got 2 downs to make the 1st down.
2 downs to make the first, so we can get a good blast off that line. They should be able to do it. Okay, we spread with a couple of receivers coming wide. Kenny Wilson to one and Sean to the other. The handoff goes to...
That's Greg DeConcilius.
Greg
Quick dive, right off guard, good enough for a first down.
What penetration the line had on blowing off
Nice surge. That was a good surge.
Surge was excellent. They
didn't make it by much, but he didn't have much to go.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to have first down from about the 7-yard line.
And there's a timeout.
Play Stratford against Stratford of High School, Stratford, Connecticut against the Daniel Hand Tigers. Matt Jendal gets under the ball. First down from about the 7-yard line. Hands off to Chris Torres. Torres makes about a 5-yard gain.
And that's a lot of yardage deep in their territory.
It certainly is. We had a good, again, surge open across tackle with McHenry and Kingsley out there. And a good hole open up. You can see it from our angle on this one.
Torres carries 4 yards. Play brings up 2nd and 4 for 10.
2nd and 4 they called it. I gave him an extra one on that because it must have been an awful set by the referees. But hey, here we go. Matt's got the ball. Hands off to Chris. Quick close on the defensive part, but I still think he picked up a yard or so.
He did, and he was hit behind the line of scrimmage and was able to shake that tackle off and make a couple of yards.
He really did. Whoever that was that came across with Stratford really had an eye on him.
And that brings up about a 3rd and 3 with the clock running at 1:23.
3rd and 3. We got an interesting situation here with play calling. You don't go for a pass, with knowing you still have one to go on a run, or what is the situation here, do you think, sir?
I don't know.
Here goes Matt. We'll find out within seconds. Going to roll to your left, and he's going to try, but he's got pursuit, and he pitches. Oh, that was an interesting pitch. Trying to get it out there to Shawnee Lynch. He was still legal. I was the first thinking that was going to be a problem.
I think that was a sprint out option. Matt was keeping the ball in real tight, and if it was open, he was going to run, and if it wasn't, he was going to pass. But because he had the ball in so tight, it was kind of like a shovel pass forward. and I think that Sean was kind of surprised that he saw it.
Yeah. I think Sean was too. I don't think he was really ready for it. I think he thought the play had gone past
because the ball was there.
It was there, and Sean normally would have caught that. I just think it
fourth down, big play.
Fourth down, see what Hand can do. Matt's got the ball, sprinting again around.
Ned's open,
and he doesn't get it.
And there's a flag. There is a flag, and I think that's going to be defensive pass interference against Stratford.
Wow. It would be certainly nice to have that one over again.
Oh, the players for Stratford are clapping.
Yes, they are.
If it's against Hand, they'll just decline the penalty and take the ball.
They certainly will, and that's the way it looks like it's going to be. I think they're probably calling that on Sean.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough break. Tough break. It was a situation we had right then where they ran 2 plays to the same side, basically. We know those linebackers for Stratford have that pursuit. It's a problem. Might have been a situation we could have taken a kick on trying to field goal. But we're up here, Jerry, and the coaches are on the field. Okay, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Stratford picked that ball up, and I think everybody was almost asleep on the field. The running back had some good blockers out in front of him, and they're able to go to the left.
Stratford taken down on the play by number 30, Chris Torres.
Chris is really getting in there and making himself a bunch of tackles out there, Jerry. 2nd down and just about on the yard marker for the first down position.
And it looks like we have an official's timeout right now.
Oh, 48 seconds left in the first half. This game of Daniel Hand against Stratford, Madison Cable TV. Stratford has the ball on about the 27-yard line. It's 2nd down and inches to the first. They're going back for a pass. Looks like they want to try to make up some pay dirt, and the pass is no good. And being incomplete, that caused the clock to stop. But for a team that wasn't going to pass them, that's about number 5 pass, I think. But I don't think they've had a completion yet.
No, they haven't. They're not an effective passing team. But with only 25 seconds remaining, what they've got to do is try to conserve time on the clock and get some movement.
Yeah, they're trying to get there so they can equalize the score. There's nothing else going into the locker room, it looks like. Okay, here goes. Going up the middle, and nice penetration out there by Justin Kingsley again. He actually got his hand on the knee of the running back in the backfield on that.
First down.
And we'll give them the first down. He only had to make a couple of inches, and he was able to do that with body stretch. It looks like 21 seconds left in the half. First down from the 30-yard line, or within inches of the 30-yard line. Here we are, first down from just about the 30-yard line, maybe we could call it the 29, with 21 seconds left in this first half.
And Hand just called a timeout, and Steve Filippone had a long discussion with John McHenry. And I think what he's saying is with 21 seconds, what they've got to do is give some cushion and not allow the big play.
Right. Oh. Quarterback fumbled the ball on the handoff. So I think he went down, and that's what they're going to call it down. About a loss of a yard, it looks like. That's what they call it. Motion. Oh, yeah, he's in motion instead. Going to give a 5-yard penalty.
Against Stratford.
Which is okay. Took 3 seconds off the clock. I think you're probably right, Jerry, on that. Yeah, give a little push, and you know, that also chews up the time on the clock, but don't let them get anything that they can work from or score with. Holy smokes. Okay, going to the left. Running back is out there. He makes a nice cut, comes inside, and he's down about the 40.
And the nice thing about that play is they're able to keep him inside bounds, so he didn't get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Exactly. That was he did a nice cut, but by staying on, we're down to 11 seconds now, and it'll be another first down for them, of course. Going for a pass, and he does wide, long, out there, first completion, and he's out of bounds and tackled at about the Hand 32-yard line with 2 seconds left. Hand wasn't really set up for that sort of play and didn't give it the look, I think, that they needed to. To see Booker out there on the out wide, and that was a good quick pass. First completion they've had, and it was an important one. We've got first down again from about the 32-yard line with 2 seconds left. Time enough for one play. Here's the case. You're giving up a lot on the field with those few seconds there, Jerry. But nonetheless, it doesn't make any difference once you're in the locker room if they're able to stop him on this play. I had noticed John McHenry come out from his linebacker position, and
there was some confusion on that last defensive play. When the ball was snapped, there actually were 12 men on the field. Ken Wilson was running off the field at the same time.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if there was going to be a flag thrown on that, but I guess they gave him the benefit that he was definitely headed off the field for sure. But nonetheless, the confusion, because it took a long time for Hand to set up, and whoever went into the replacement on it just wasn't settled yet.
And this is it for the half. This will be the last play of the half.
Last play of the half from the Hand 32-yard line, and Stratford setting up. Hand is looking to contain. It's going to be a pass. They are looking to pass. Going to kind of a Hail Mary situation here, and it was intercepted.
That pass is intercepted by
Matt Gentile. Okay, the teams are going to head into the locker room. What do you think, Jerry? For first half, it started out with a kickoff return for a score, and we've been scoreless the rest of the half.
You're right. It started off with a big bang, and Hand's offense hasn't really totally gotten cranked up in that whole first half. They've been plagued by some penalties and some play on the ends where Stratford was able to get some penetration. They've been plagued defensively, allowing some yardage around the corner as well as some yardage up the middle. They've shown some real signs of playing some real tough defense as well as being able to gain some yardage offensively, but there hasn't been any consistency to it. So I think what they're going to do at halftime is smooth out some of those rough edges and come back and see if they can get some consistent defensive as well as consistent offensive play.
There you go, and here we have, as we're going into halftime, which we have now. Hey, it's anybody's ball game, Jerry. Anybody's ball game with a 6-0 score. Luckily, Hand is on the right side of that score. But as you say, they're in there, and they've got to really come down. It's been a defensive game all the way. Mistakes have been kind of forced by the defense, you might say, onto offensive teams on both sides of the ball. And we're looking like the second half should be exciting.
the Tiger Marching Band will perform our school fight song, On Wisconsin.
Here we go, starting the second half of this game down here at Strong Field between Daniel Hand Tigers and Stratford High School. Right now, we've got a 6-0 ball game. Daniel Hand ahead, but it's been a defensive competition all the way here, Jerry.
And what Hand had to do at halftime is get the outside linebackers to come up a little quicker and get the inside linebackers not to be so quick to move out.
There we go. We've got a good penetration by Daniel Hand on the kickoff. To knock down the good kickoff was all the way down to the 10, but got the runners knocked down about the 16-yard line or so. So we've got them pushed back in good position at this point.
And we're probably not going to see any game plan differently offensively or defensively from either team. What we're going to see right now offensively from the wing tees, we're going to see counter like we saw in the first half. We're also going to see sweep. And the outside contain has got to come up fast, and the inside linebackers have got to stay home.
Well, right up the center on the first play. And it doesn't get to much, but maybe a yard or so.
Nice initial hit by Young.
That's a good tough ball player down there, and he can really hold his own against virtually anybody, I think, in this league. So we're going to have a 2nd and 8 from Stratford and see if this defense can hold them down. Hand did threaten and were held on the goal line a couple times, and the same thing, Hand was able to hold Stratford on the goal line. Arm flags on the flag. I would assume maybe motion.
Now, it'll be against Stratford. What happened was there was movement, and I believe that the center was just slow snapping the ball.
It almost looked like he was hiking in slow motion on that.
That makes it 2nd down, 15 yards.
If I was looking over at some big defensive lineman coming at me, I'd be kind of slow, I think, too.
And this starts to establish a different momentum because in the first half, Stratford was seeing 2nd and 2 and 2nd and 3. Now we've got 2nd and 15. That's a whole different story.
2nd and 15. Ball's height. Play goes out into McFadden, but he's got a good breakaway on it. There's tackle out there by Torres coming through, and Matt Chenock coming up and getting in the secondary. Well, it's going to be close to 3rd down and about 2 yards out there.
And what that was trap blocking up front. They were showing a sweep. As soon as the ball carrier had the ball, he cut it up inside. Linebackers had already started going to flow, and there was a wide open gap right up the seam, right up the middle seam.
Yeah, you can see that open up, and just the way the offense designates and designs a play like that. And here we go again. 3rd down and about 2. And
big mistake by the Stratford offense because they had a 3rd and 2, and now this is going to give them 3rd and 7.
That's right. That's right. And you can see the over-anxious lineman out there just going and taking it early and going to be in Hand's favor.
And what we said at the onset was this is a very young Stratford team, and what they tend to do is self-destruct. On all 3 of their losses, they really beat themselves, and right now they're beating themselves and they're taking their momentum away.
Well, I think that's absolutely correct there from what we just saw. Stratford always plays hand tough. Every year that I've watched them play, they're one of the few teams, as we said earlier. And they have a timeout on the field. Just stepped on the court again, Lynn. Timeout. All right. Timeout on the field. It's still underway, but the referees have blown it in action. We're in the third period. 9 minutes, 47 seconds with the third period showing. Stratford has the ball. Third down, about 7 yards to go, following up on a penalty they just took. It's really the second period penalty of this series. Quarterback is going back for a pass. There's a rush. He passes, and it's incomplete in there to McFadden. He looked like he was just the outlet pass on that. Not even that, I don't think, Jerry.
No, I think you're exactly right. They were showing play action. And again, they don't like to pass the ball. The quarterback's not a good passer. And did have some good coverage downfield. Number 20 was just hanging out in the flat and wasn't able to handle the ball.
It was an easy pass, too. So that's, again, something. Fourth down. Hand looks like they're going to pick it up off a punt here and see what Hand will be able to do with it as it starts to rain here on the field. Been threatening during the evening. And the pass off, okay, we got Timmy Cunningham coming down, and he makes a cut. He's been doing a heck of a job. And he almost was able to break it loose that time.
You know, and the last defender was Booker, and there was a good block on Booker. Booker was able to submarine and knock the pins out of Kenny. If Kenny had been able to make the cut outside, I think he would have busted it all the way.
You know, that was one of those cases. I think he was trying to decide whether to cut left or cut right, and he just happened to go the wrong way at that point. Okay, Hand's got the ball. Gentile picks it up, passes off, coming left. Kenny Lakes, but he's got a break. Coming down. See if he's going to make it all the way, and he's tackled on the 5-yard line.
Tremendous blocking at the point of attack. That was a toss left. There was a big hole. I think both of us could have walked through that hole that time, Frank. He was able to make the cut to the outside, turn on the speed, almost got in.
Well, I think you're right on that, but as far as the hole goes, Jerry, at my age, I have to walk through it, not run through the hole. But anyway, excellent play. Nettie did a nice job also, doing a little bobbing and weaving out there. Now we Hand first down, 5-yard line.
How I right.
That Gentile picks the ball, hands off to the right, and to Ned, and he fumbled the ball again in the goal line, but I think they're blowing the whistle dead prior to losing the ball.
I think you're right. The ground can't cause a fumble. He got down about the 1-yard line, and the ground caused the fumble.
Yeah, the ground came up and knocked it out of his hand or something like that, I guess. We'll take it. That would have been kind of a tough break if it had gone, but...
Now we've got a power eye right with Chris Torres as the tailback.
The handoff going to go to Chris. Second man through.
Touchdown.
Yes, sir. The Grassman. And they signal it. Daniel Hand scores. Brings the score to 12-0. On a nice dive across the tackle by Chris Torres. We could see that one building up, couldn't we? Okay, now Hand's building some momentum here. Let's see if they're able to take it into the point after.
Now, they missed the first kick, so I think they're going to go for the conversion here, Frank.
Do you think so? I was just assuming they were going to try it, but you're right. We got Sean Lynch, the kicker, coming out wide left. Let's see what he's going to do. We're also putting out... we got a whistle blown. Timeout Hand. A little confusion out there, I guess. After that touchdown, Daniel Hand is coming up. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion to see if they can get themselves up to 14. Matt sets himself up. Kenny Wilson in motion. Matt runs. He's going to be taken down. Yes, very, very strong penetration by Stratford on that. All right, here we are. 12-0. Daniel Hand by 2 touchdowns. What do you think, Sheriff?
Well, Stratford came out and started to make some things happen offensively, and then self-destructed, which took the momentum away. Hand still has not had an opportunity to show ball control offensively, because offensively what they just did in that series is they had a big play and got him down to the 5-yard line. So Hand still has not gotten to the point where they want to be to control the ball, so we'll see what they can do defensively to shut Stratford down and then start their game plan to control offense.
Well, I think that's very accurate to what we're seeing here. Ned Lynch has certainly been the driving force again tonight, as he's been all year, but boy, they're getting some good activity out of Chris Torres. And I think Scotty Gomkowski's done a good job out there. Ken Wilson has had some offense as far as catching a couple passes as well, so that the line's holding up. Let's keep the momentum going, Jerry.
They do have some good blocking up front, but what they've got to see right now in this series is some activity from the linebackers sealing that corner and also not flying out of the middle to control the counter.
Here we have the kick coming down deep. Little mishandled by Stratford. However, it's something okay. Hand keeps the pursuit, contains them inside the 20-yard line.
Good job by Chris Holt and Derek Dene. There was just nowhere for that back to go.
It really was. They came down
nice
there.
coverage.
Good control under the coverage, too. So Hand is going to be in a defensive motion. Let's see how they were able to
and this is really going to be the drive that tells the tale of the game in this second half. This is going to really establish what's going to happen for the rest of the game right here.
Okay, Stratford's coming back. They're going to have to start picking up their offense a little bit because time is down 8 minutes. And they hand off wide, going out to Booker, going wide on the left. And he makes the cut, and he runs out of space over there as he makes the cut.
There was nice pursuit, and there was also some good penetration in the backfield that forced Booker deep, which allowed the pursuit to string the play out and force him out of bounds for really no gain.
Yeah, Peter Clark, again, went out there from his defensive end position and forced him a little deeper. Yes, Booker got around him, but that was okay by that time.
The play brings up 2nd and 9 for Stratford from their own 19-yard line.
Okay, 2nd and 10. He got just about back to the line of scrimmage on that one. Quarterback Hand's coming. He's going, showing pass. And he's got all the... No, he didn't have the ball. I thought he did. What a fake he had on that. Holy smokes. That was very slow developing, even off to the side here. And he did a nice job faking that ball all the way back and making it look like he's going to pass. By the time everything got going, he still picked up about 7 yards off that carry.
It was a sweeper on the right side. Derek Dene got some nice pressure, but wasn't able to make the tackle, and it allowed number 20 to be able to cut upfield and get the corner.
Okay, here we go. Starting off, quarterback sets the ball, and hands off to Booker again, coming around through the left side, and he's knocked down. Is he going to make the first down or not?
Very close to the first down.
Peter Clark almost got him again in the backfield that time. Slowed him down, but only able to get an arm on him. Somebody's getting up slowly, which is Timmy Cunningham got up a little bit slowly. Giving him the first down. Was on the spot, I think. But okay, here we go. It's going to end up being a first down from about the 28. On the roll, 6:58 left in the game, 6:57. As we're getting a little bit more rain, it's starting to come down a little stronger. And yeah, Timmy Cunningham came out. Was shaken up in the play. Now, here we go. McFadden with the ball. Picks it up, and he makes about 4 or 5 yards, bobbing and weaving as he came in. John McKinnery and Matt Gentile came out to make that. Zima came in on that ball.
That was a good job by Dorez. Dorez filled the hole. There was a good hole there, but Dorez came up real quick and was able to make a nice stop.
A lot of experience being gained out there by the young hand players. Okay, the handoff comes on the counter to the left, and nothing. As a matter of fact, maybe a loss of a couple on that.
And the real key on that play, that's exactly right. It was a counter where they had flow going to the right side. They came back to the left side, and that defensive line had made enough penetration where they were about 2 to 3 yards in the backfield, and the back was closed down the angle, and the back was not able to make the cut upfield.
Their own 32-yard line.
All right, getting set. Stratford has a man wide. He's showing pass handoff again, going wide out to Booker, and hoping he's going to break loose, and he doesn't.
And that was a big play by John McCooney because that was a third down play, and that saving tackle brings up a 4th and about 3. And I wouldn't expect that Stratford, down by 12, is going to go on 4th and 3 in their own territory.
No, it seems like too much of a stretch for them, and their defense has done well except in a few spots. So
that's going to force them to give up the ball.
There you go. Okay, hand waited. They thought they might be going to go, but now they don't have the normal horses out on a punt. And it's Matt Chenow back to get the ball, which he does. And he's brought down on the 35-yard line. That was a little bit dangerous out there then, with Hand kind of anticipating Stratford going for the first down and having the quarterback out there fielding a punt. Puts you in a little bit of a hazard position out there, as a matter of fact.
Of course, Matt's got some good hands. If you recall, at the end of the first half, he was the one that did intercept the ball. And
good athlete, good strong athlete, also an excellent baseball player. Okay, the handoff to Scotty Gumkowski, makes the cut, coming around. It's right into a whole pack of Stratford players, but he drives them forward about 3.5 yards.
Nice blocking at the point of attack, and Scott that time showed even a little more than just power running. He made 2 cuts, and he made 2 cuts in open field, and he was cutting really at full tilt. Good job by Scott Gumkowski.
That's right. A lot of fun to see a player do that, too, when he's normally a power runner, and he starts to show you some finesse. Good maturing on his part. Okay, pass again. Handoff, and going out to Ned. Ned stretches forward for about 2.5 yards, 3 yards maybe.
That was the same play with a different ball carrier. That time they were able to close it down.
The quick movement on the linebackers for Stratford does indeed get them up here. So they're setting up, I would say, to either go the other way or up the center, right? See what happens. Offside, I think, on Stratford.
I think it may be on Hand. I don't think Hand was set.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You've got to be set for a full count. Their offensive line was not set.
Well, offside.
They're going to go against Stratford. What do I know?
That's all right. We agree with them on that one, right? Lee just said we're not in charge here. We're also not in control. All right, Hand picked up 5 yards off the penalty. That's Scotty Gumkowski up, off tackle. He's making a cut. He's taking a wide run to the right, and he's out at about the 26-yard line of Stratford. Excellent run. He did a lot of that. Once he got through the center, he did that himself out there, Jerry.
Again, great blocking at the point of attack, and Scott was able to cut it outside and show us some speed on the corner.
Momentum again. It's going to be first down.
You know, this is what the backs weren't doing last week. The backs last week were not hitting the holes hard. What we're seeing tonight is good blocking up front, and the backs are hitting the holes and hitting the holes real quick.
Another penalty. Personal foul. Second personal foul on Stratford.
And again, at the outset, what we said was Stratford is a young team. They make a lot of mistakes, and they self-destruct. And what Stratford is doing in the second half is they're self-destructing, and they're really beating themselves.
Well, it's showing they're losing their concentration, I'd say, and Hand is taking advantage of it. Hand putting it on. There goes Chris Torres, powering himself up to about the 2-yard line, maybe even a first down with goal to go.
He really hits that hole real fast with his shoulder square, going north and south, picking up some big yardage deep in Stratford territory.
Well, there you go. He comes from a very athletic family. I don't know if you know it, but his father, Mike, is one of the better softball players in the Madison Softball League. So if Mike is watching this at some point, keep it up and keep the offspring moving out there. There we go. Hand passes off to Ned Lynch, moves forward, and touchdown. All right, that brings us up to 18-0 during the third period now. 2 touchdowns and a lot of momentum in Hand's favor, but part of that momentum, as you said, Jerry, is the self-destruct on Stratford's part. Okay, 3 minutes left in the period. The rain seems to have let up a little bit. Now, what do you think? His hand is going to try to kick it. Sean's out there with his key. Let's see, I don't know if you've been watching anybody out there, but the statistics in the paper every week have both Lynch boys up there very high in the scoring position. He shagged the left.
It wasn't pretty, but it was good.
It wasn't pretty, but it was good. He was compensating from his left hook the last time, and he just was able to keep it inside the goalpost. Very good. Well, another point for Stein. Great. 19-2-0. 3 minutes left, third period. Okay, here we go after the touchdown. Up 19-0, and kicking off is Sean Litz. Going deep to the left. Picked up by Stratford on about the 10-yard line. And they're going to have almost a breakaway. Excellent tackle on the 38-yard line by Timmy Cunningham.
Well, that gives Stratford some good field position, but I'm afraid that with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, down by 19 points, it may force Stratford off of their game plan and force them to do some things that they don't like to do. One of the things they don't like to do is put the ball in the air.
Well, they're going to have to try to make it up now. What they were trying to do, making up earlier in the period, was doing an awful lot of sweeps left with Booker. McPadden is their other running back who was able to go up the middle, pretty good shape. But they are starting to show, let's see, they do have somebody wide. They're going to go, nope, yes they are, they're showing. Oh, what a wonderful sack out there.
Great job by Chris Connolly.
Chris Connolly really got in there on that.
You know, another thing we said at the onset is his hand is the healthiest they've been in quite some time. Chris Connolly was one of those early injuries, only came back a couple of games ago, and he's really added to the pressure on that defensive line.
Well, he sure showed some speed in coming through that time, which is great to see because this is really early in the season for him because he has been injured most of the season, and great to see him come through like that. Great tack, good confidence builder. Ran him about 10 yards back. Okay, another pass showing. Hand gets in on the quarterback, almost picked off on the pass by Matt Gentile.
And just like we said, it's forcing Stratford to do the things that they don't want to do. They're not a passing team. We saw a sack in the backfield. We saw an almost interception.
That's right. And there was good pressure again on the quarterback. Justin Kingsley was in there diving over one of the blockers and almost got there. I didn't see who the other one. It might have been Conley in there again on that. Justin comes out, giving him a break. And Stratford comes up the line. It's third down and a good 20 yards to go. They're going to have to show pass, it seems like, unless they try a real razzle-dazzle something, which they're not. It's a quick pass over the center. Oh, boy, that looked like a communication on that part.
The quarterback is a good ball handler, but he just is not a good passer.
That's amazing. The man that they had going out for the pass on that, Damian Whitaker for Stratford, is also the one who's taken the last two kickoff returns. And he did the good run up here, so he must have awful sure hands.
And you said it before, Frank, the momentum has totally changed. The momentum is all hand. Now Stratford has to punt deep in their own territory and has another opportunity to score.
They certainly have, and they should get fairly good field position, depending on the punt, which it is. And it looks like Nettie is going to pick it up. And he's going to go, and he almost gets a block or two. But it got a little bit crowded down there. But nonetheless, he brings it forward to about the 45 of Stratford. Okay, we have a minute and 45 left. Hand with the ball. Just picking up from a punt. Going to be starting in about the 44.5-yard line, 44-yard line of Stratford. Momentum in their favor. I'm sure they'll be playing it conservative here. Pete Clark gets over the ball. Getting ready. Matt sets. Takes the hike. Off goes Ned. Up forward. It gives about 5 yards, 4 yards on that.
That was a blast right with DeConcilius leading the play. There was a nice surge on the line. Good blocking up front. Power football right up the middle to about 4 yards.
Right now, the timing by the hand line looks very, very good because they are getting that surge, as you say. That's 2 yards by itself right there. Okay, Clark over the ball. Up to Matt, coming left with Scotty Gomkowski with a handoff on that one. And he gets about 3 yards. It's going to be third down and about 1.5, 2 to go.
And that was the same play that they ran previously. This time they came back with power blast left, again with DeConcilius leading the play.
And I think they've got good horses over here on the left-hand side of the line with Donnelly and Matt Young. Okay, Torres up the center trying to get the first down. And Stratford looks like they stiffened on that. I don't think there was enough momentum gain. It's going to be fourth down and inches, maybe 1.5 feet. certainly a case where Hand will probably try to go with it.
Oh, they definitely will. Up by 19 points.
Up by 19, about a yard to go. Not even a yard, but a football length, really, to move it forward. See if it goes straight up the middle. Trying to get a good line surge. That's what Stratford. And there's the quarter. Okay, so they're all set to go and handle that fourth down play. Stratford was looking for it to go as well up the center. So let's take a little timeout here. Here we go, starting the fourth period. Daniel Hand ahead 19-0. And this relatively mild November night. That Gentile under the ball. Fourth down and inches, and it's a quarterback sneak forward from plenty on that, Jerry. Nice sneak.
It was a great offensive surge on the line, and Matt's a strong kid and was able to get behind the blocking and get the first down. And that's a big first down, because now Hand is right on their game plan, playing power football, running right at Stratford, and really chewing up the clock.
And got to hand it to the hiker on that Peter Clark, too, because there's an awful lot of responsibility on him during a quarterback sneak. Pass. Ned Lynch taking it around to the right, and he's thrown out of bounds, pushed out of bounds. He'll gain about 5 on that, maybe 6.
Let's give him 7.
All right, 7. What's a yard among friends anyway?
And that's what they've been trying to do is loosen up the corner. Stratford plays a 6-2 where they had the linebackers on the ends, and they've been kicking out the linebackers all day. That time they ran outside the linebacker. The linebacker's getting a little soft right now.
Well, they have an awful lot of responsibility in the way this defense runs for Stratford. Okay, Hand takes the ball. Scotty Gronkowski left. And what a nice breakout he just did. He's really driving, and he almost came up with it.
That was a well-designed counter, and what Stratford did defensively is they put their extra linebacker to the strong side of the field, which is the opposite side of the field. It was a slow-developing counter where they had trap blocking up front. The hole was wide open, and Scott was able to motor right upfield. Great blocking up front. Nice running by Scott.
Yeah, good second effort. He wanted that touchdown. You could see him driving for that, but he just didn't have quite enough left to go. Hand's going to have first down in about 2.5, 3 yards. And they're right on the verge of breaking in another one here in the fourth period. Timeout is on the field. On the door, 2-yard line. Gentile under the ball. Hands off to Torres. Blast up the middle. Right up. Chris Torres.
What they did that time, Frank, which is a little different, is they had power eye to the right with Ned as the tailback, and they handed off to the fullback right off the center, which was Chris Torres.
Excellent play and a lot of good work by the line up there, opening the hole up because he did get touched, but not by a lot.
And I think they were taking advantage of that very quick reacting linebacker core that expected the ball to go off tackle.
Nettie getting ready to do another kick. See how we can do. And he puts it up square through the uprights this time.
He could have made that from the 30-yard line.
Yes. That had plenty to go on that. Beautiful kick. 26-0. Daniel Hand with 11:27 left in the fourth period. Totally broken this game open at this point on it, Jerry.
Yeah, Hand is totally dominating right now offensively and defensively, and I would expect them to continue to do that for the remainder of the fourth quarter.
Well, I think this is the way Hand could play the ball games most of the year. It's looking awful good for the kids. And after that last score, 26-0, now Sean gets ready to kick again. But this time on the kickoff, Stratford is lined up and ready to receive, and it's going back right about center field to Booker. Booker's got the ball, and he starts to make some momentum, but he is brought down quite handily now by Derek Donay. Solo tackle on there. Excellent tackle by Derek Donay. Coming in and slicing in on that, but the ball will be picked up in about the 38-yard line. All right, they're really with their backs to the wall. We're going to have to see if Stratford is going to try to get it all back by being pressured out of their game plan as they were from about the halfway through the third period on. They started to have to move and change their game plan. And here they go. Well, they're passing off on a run up to this off tackle, which is trying to get back in their game plan maybe a little bit there, Jerry.
Well, it is. But if they stick with their game plan, the clock is just going to run out because they can't afford to just pick up 5 yards a clip.
No, they really can't. The time is certainly against them at this point. Sometimes the team just wants to keep from being shut out or something, I suppose. But no, they're going to push. They're going to try to get it. That may be to try to bring Hand's defensive line in and open it up. Oh, there they go. Same play again. And they break it out. It's going to be third down and about 3 yards to go. They certainly are just using time when they're doing that at this point. But maybe we'll see something's gonna work. It's going to be third down and about 2.5, 3 yards to go. A couple of their receivers came into at that point. Damian Walker's moving out to the right, who does have the hands, and they tried to go to him before. Well, they're coming over with Booker to the left. Nice tackle out there by Dorez. Nice dive tackle, but it will be a first down.
Dorez and Booker have said hello to each other a few times around the end. And I think Dorez is winning that battle on the corner.
And it really looks that way. Booker is very fast, and he starts to get out there. But you don't realize that Dorez is just as fast.
Stratford from the hand 49.
Awful lot of time on the field for Chris Dorez, but he loves it. You can tell that. He just loves it out there. Okay, here we go. Stratford, first down from the 50. Handoff to the right, and tackled right outstandingly by Chris Holt. Was actually second man in on that. I didn't see him. I think Dorez was first man in. He teed him up, and
you're right. Dorez made the initial hit, which sort of stood the back up, and Chris came, hit him high, and knocked him right on his back.
Bit him in two almost. Wow.
Hands 47-yard line.
Okay, Stratford moves forward, gets in position. Hand ready on defense. Handoff, goes up to center. No, he bounces outside. And it's going to be third down and about 5.
Well, they had closed the hole down in the middle, but the defenders didn't wrap him up, and he was able to bounce it back outside. But there was still good enough pursuit to be able to contain him.
Campbell picks up 2 yards for Stratford on second effort.
Exactly. Here we go. Whoop, whistle. Starts the clock again. Nope. Yep, there it is. Clock's going with 8:21 left in the game. Stratford's getting ready, trying to make some more momentum, but third down and 5. They're going to make this a good one. Oh, coming wide with Booker again, and he does make the cut. But we've got plenty of help out here on the side, but it'll be a first down. So when they've needed to get that third down, that's the play they brought.
That's the play they've had the most success with this year as well as last year. It's a power sweep where they pull both guards. Booker's got a lot of speed on the corner, and if those linebackers on the corner don't come up and make penetration in the backfield, he's able to catch that corner, and his speed takes him upfield.
Now, once he gets turned up there, you've got to have an angle on him, otherwise he's going to go all the way. Hasn't been able to do it yet, and has defended it quite well, although it has been first down time, and it is right now. Okay, that's McFadden going up there. He's one of the co-captains of Stratford, and he's up close to a first down, so they are getting some momentum going for themselves right now. And it will be second down and about a yard to go.
The 3 plays that have worked well for Stratford tonight are the power sweep, the scissors, and the reverse. Those are the 3 plays that they've been able to gain a lot of yardage on.
Starting to make those interchangeable at this point, too. Sending a flagger down here to the right, which is the Damian Walker. But they're going up the center with it. And that looked like Booker again taking it off the delay. Diving up off the left on the delay. First down. So they are mixing their plays up continually out there, Jerry.
And they are controlling the ball. They're putting together a nice drive, but it's a little too late because they're also using up the clock in this drive.
Yeah, that may be one of the cases the coach is saying, well, if we can stop from being shut out, it may help the boys in their next game, which is probably, I think it's their Thanksgiving Day game against Bunnell. They may be looking forward to at least going into that with some sort of momentum.
That time there was a mixed cue offensively. The quarterback expected to hand off, I believe, on another scissors play, and that back wasn't there, and there were 3 defenders right on the corner, and he had nowhere to go.
He had absolutely nowhere to go, and it was thrown for a loss, about a yard and a half, 2 yards, so it's second down and 12, knocking on the door from the about 22-yard line here. Okay, handoff going wide to Booker, coming on the sweep. He's not almost taken down by Holt, but he is throwing for long. Well, no, he's not down, although I thought his knee was down. Holy mackerel.
He's not a very big back. He's a small back. He only weighs about 140 pounds, but he's got tremendous speed and great balance.
He really slithered around out there. There were 3 or 4 hand players that ended up getting hands on him there, but I think Peter Clark was the one that finally had him kind of nailed to the ground, and took 2 or 3 more to still batter him.
You've really got to give him a good shot and wrap him up. He's a very difficult back to get a good handle on him.
If you're not holding him tight, he's going to go on you. Okay, a lot of defense. 3rd down and about 16, 17. Oh, quarterback keeps the ball going around to the left. Chris Holt takes the quarterback, as well as Tim Cunningham knocking the quarterback out at about the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and 10 yards, 12 yards to go.
There was some good penetration that time by Matt Young. Matt was just a step away from being able to tackle the quarterback in the backfield.
Yeah, there was. And Hand has been getting some pretty good penetration again tonight. We'd like to see that.
4th down, 11 yards to go.
Put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to go out of what he wanted to do, we think. Now it's they're going to 4th and 12. They might as well. It's going to be, oh, he is wrapped up, going to pass it by Matt Young.
Well, he missed him in the previous play, so he wanted to make up for it just then, Frank.
He certainly did. I'd like to be down there and see Matt Young's face right now. I bet that thing's glowing all over.
Well, Stratford was putting a drive together. They were chewing up the clock, but the defensive hand was able to bend a little bit, but they didn't break, and they got tough on that last those last 4 downs, and now they've got the ball back.
There we go. Hand is picking the ball up now, just about the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 20. And handing off to Ned Lynch, coming up the center for about 8 yards. Going to be good, strong, controlled football now with 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in this 4th period, with Hand ahead 26-0. Stopping the Stratford team on that 4th and about 12 yards. Hand goes, 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. Scotty Gimkowski and Deacon Silius are in there in the backfield. Matt takes it, hands off to Scotty coming to the right, and he will have picked up the 1st down, I believe.
By number 34 of Stratford.
Okay, they're going to motion him forward for the 1st down, so it's going to be Hand again from about the 36-yard line with a 1st down again, and less than 5 minutes left to play. Okay, Hand's line moves forward. The linemen take their position. Everybody's ready. Matt under the ball. Hands off, going Scotty left, and he is met behind the line of the scrimmage for about half the Stratford team that time there, Jerry.
Yeah, that was a toss left, and that Stratford defender on the end was able to get some penetration. He really was untouched. I think there was a missed assignment blocking up front that time.
Okay, 2nd down and about 12. For Hand.
2nd and 11 from their own 34-yard line.
Hand ready to go. Okay, we have Chris Torres making up about 7 or 8 of those yards. It's going to be 4th down for Hand. And about, maybe call it 6 yards. So 4th down.
I think it's still 3rd down. I think that was a 2nd down play.
Ball spotted on the 40.
All right, you stand corrected. 3rd down, okay. Not as bad as I thought it was. I don't know how I missed that one, but anyway. That's my mistake for the year. Okay, Scotty goes. He's into the 1st down territory. Which he has. Okay, nice run by Scotty.
And what we're seeing is a series of toss left and toss right, where they're working on the corner, and they've been seeing some success on the corner today. They saw some success on the corner early in the season, and there were several games where that play just wasn't working. And it's good to see it working coming off of this game, getting ready for their Thanksgiving Day game.
Yes, they're going to have to be able to show that. They're going to have to show it for the Thanksgiving Day game, it looks like. Okay, Hand takes the ball. Hands off, going up center. For about 3.5, 4 yards.
Greg Dillon, Deacon
Silius with the ball.
The ball across midfield.
Timeout Hand.
Timeout Hand. Daniel Hand getting ready to go into motion here and Another play, second down, about 8 yards to go. Got some new faces in there, clean shirts. Burrell had the ball, makes it forward for about a 5-yard gain.
The coaching staff of Han Frank called a timeout to give some of the younger players an opportunity to get in there. We've got Chad Davis, I believe, at center. We've got Mike Richards on the line. You called Burrell. Who else is in there?
Number 12.
Burrell 4-yard gain brings up a
12.
three for Han.
Matt Thomas is in. Out here is a flanker, I believe, is his number, and Burrell gets it again. He should have just about picked up the first down, I think.
Very close to it. And good blocking up front by these young Han players. They're going to be the future for Han.
Excellent blocking up there at that point. And are they signaling? No, they're calling it fourth down. It's a matter of where the spot went, too, on that one.
A foot for a first down for him.
Okay.
From right around the 42-yard line.
Definitely going to be going for it, I would say.
The first team is back in. What they want to do is preserve their shutout and get this first down. If they do get this first down, they'll just run the clock out.
Well, that's right, and they'll be able to put the other players back in again and give them... Oh, they're punting. Okay. Looked like it was partially blocked almost at that point. They're going to let it go dead on about the 15-yard line. Okay, so that's going to change defense.
Edwards' punt is down inside the 20-yard line.
Okay, Hand is going to be defending now from about there. The Stratford 15, where Stratford will pick the ball up with 1:42 left. See if the changeover personnel out there is going to allow Hand to stay tough on defense as they've been doing.
You're right, we've got a lot of new faces on defense. You've got
Mike Richards is in at linebacker. Center linebacker, and Burrell's in. Deacon Silius. Okay, timeout.
On the field for Stratford.
Okay, here we go. Daniel Hand is going to try to defend. And a pass by Stratford was incomplete. Damian Walker was out here in the front with a quick pass, and it went right through his hands on that. Too bad. Well, Daniel Hand's in here with a new defensive unit, pretty much. Got a few of the core players in there, Jerry.
And that's great to give these young kids an opportunity to see some playing time because they work so hard all year. And that playing experience is going to benefit the Han Tigers next year.
Absolutely well. Okay. Stratford with the ball. Another quick pass throw. It's going long. See if Kenny Wilson can interrupt it. Incomplete. Looked like we're going to get an interception almost with Kenny Wilson out there on that.
Number 31.
No way. It's going to be third down and 10 yards from about the 15.
Down 10 yards to go from their own 15-yard line to the Red Devils.
Oh, okay. That was good defense up there. I didn't notice. I was watching the pass, Jerry. Did we get some pressure on the quarterback, or what might have happened?
Not as much pressure as we've seen in the second half. But again, you've got some young kids out there that haven't seen a lot of playing time, and as they get some more playing time, they'll get a little more experience, and they'll be able to get some more pressure.
Yeah, the whole line, defensive line up front are new players. You can see that, and it'll take them a while to learn and get into the flow of the game. Third down pass by Stratford.
That time you had some pretty good pressure by the defensive line, and Matt Soper, number 12, coming in from his from the left side, was able to put some pressure on the quarterback, and it hurried the quarterback's throw, and the throw went right in the dirt.
That's right. Just scored in this, fourth down. So far, a good defensive series by Hand, be able to cover the receivers.
And this brings up a fourth down play.
They're going to try to punt it unless they've got some trick. And then they don't. Punt it away. Hand wasn't ready for it. Oh, Kenny got that thing and didn't signal a clear catch for it. Boy, that was a little dangerous out there. Hand wasn't ready for that. I guess the boys out there just weren't thinking that they might end up kicking it with so little time left. 1 minute left to play here. Signaling the game to get started by the referees out there. 1 minute and counting, less than 1 minute. Daniel Hand on offense from about there. Well, we can call it the 50, although it's just on the Stratford side of the 50. Rindahl under the ball. Oh, he's just going to down the ball. Okay, not going to risk any injuries and things like that. So, for all intents and purposes, this game has been over this whole period.
That may have been the last play of the game.
49-yard line with 30
It
seconds.
very well might be. Well, it depends on how much time do they have between the snaps now. Is it 30, 35 seconds? I'm not sure. Yeah, it may be. They have to touch it off one more time. And other than that, the game is over. And like we said, it had been over really the whole period here. The Hand getting ahead. There we go. That will be the game. 5 seconds and counting. Daniel Hand has won this game 26-0. Very handily after a very defensive first half of the ball game.
And this is the type of game that Hand needed coming off of the defeat last week with Notre Dame and West Haven being shut out. Hand comes back, shuts out a very good young Stratford team who came into this game with a record of 6-3. Hand now is 6-4. Stratford's also 6-4. But that 6-4 record for Hand ensures that they'll have a winning season, regardless of the outcome of the next game. And the quick play, offensively and defensively, especially in the second half, is going to put Hand in the right frame of mind to go into the Thanksgiving game against Guilford. Guilford this year, the Guilford Indians, have a very, very excellent offensive and defensive team. So that's going to be really one of the tougher games of the season, last game of the season.
It really is, and we'll all be looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather will be in our favor, but we'll be down there in Guilford this year for that game, which is, of course, the rivalry last game of the season. And as you're saying, Jerry, they are looking very good this year. They've got some very outstanding running backs, good size on the team from Guilford, and we know they're always outgunning for Hand, although the record book wouldn't show that. It is indeed true. They're always trying to have as tough a game as we can put out there. Hand's team did need this game. Playing number 1 in the state last week was a tough one, and they did play them tough. But I think we can speak very well for a whole lot of things working well, let's say, this particular game for Hand.
So come see us and have some turkey with us for Thanksgiving. We're going to be serving up a little crow for Guilford.
There we go. Okay, thank you very much and good night.
We've already said goodbye. We do want to remind everybody that this coming or next Friday night, if you will, the Guilford freshman-sophomore game will be here at Strongfield starting at 7 o'clock at night?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock at night. There you go. Right here at Strongfield for the, effectively the JV game. The freshman-sophomore Daniel Hand Tigers and against the Guilford team will be here next Friday night. See you then.